What's going on YouTube? Falcon coming at you with a deck profile. It's going to be a Pokemon deck Ho-Oh, ran by
Anthony Salerno.
And his YouTube is
Metamesh Metagross.
It'll be in the description.
Yeah, what he said.
What is this?
Anyway, get to the deck.
Alright. So, obviously it's a Ho-Oh deck, 3 Ho-Oh. 4 is just bad. More likely to start with it, and this is one of the cards you don't want to start with in this deck. Ho-Oh, great for energy acceleration, obviously. If you have to Rainbow Burn, it's not all that bad. Still a pretty good attack. 2 Mewtwo EX. Like a must in this deck. X-Ball with all the energy acceleration. It's just broken. 2 is fine, you don't need 3. There's a certain card in this deck that sets it aside from other Ho-Oh lists, really, which is why you don't need the other Mewtwo. 2 Tornadus EX, reason being, why I'm running 2 and not just 1, is Terrakion is a big card right now, and so is Landorus. And this thing has the resistance. Also, a lot of decks I see now are using Aspersia, so you drop this down and you make them not want to use their Aspersia to give you the extra 20 HP. Just a great card right now. 2 Terrakion. Great card. Really do a lot of damage to a lot of decks in the format right now. Darkrai. You're still seeing some eels, so you could do you can catch your eel, you could retaliate or even land crush. These things are really in here though for the Darkrai matchup. Just a great card. And the card I was talking about before that sets it aside from other lists is Sigilyph. Sigilyph is a great card. 50, and then doing 10 more to a Mewtwo. Most people, they want to power up Mewtwo. So you just bring this thing up, and you can one-shot them. Even if you can't, there's a card in here that helps out knocking out a Mewtwo. It's just great for not just Mewtwo's, but for EX stalling. So that's the Pokemon. Get on to the supporters. We got 4 Juniper. Best draw support in this deck is you're going to want to discard all your Ho-Ohs and energy. Not much to say about that. 4 N. The thing about N is it's a risk-reward card. It can disrupt your opponent, but it can also help your opponent. If you're down a bunch of prizes and you play N them down to 1 or 2, I mean, that's great. But say you have to N and you're giving them cards, it could also help them. So. And then 3 Cheren. Now I get this a lot. I go, why don't you use Bianca? The thing is that even though you want the whole point of this deck is discarding stuff, I still find myself having big hand sizes. And Cheren, in my opinion, is just so much better than Bianca. You got to use a lot of resource in your hand to draw those extra cards with Bianca. But Cheren is better. You could draw those 3 cards and say you need an Ultra Ball, have a chance to get the Ultra Ball, Energy Switch, anything really. So, and then probably the best supporter in this deck is 2 Skyla. Skyla in this deck is great. Get you anything. Energy Switch, Super Scoop Up, Plus Power, Computer Search even. It can get you a lot of things. So, that's why this card is great. Ultra Ball, you can discard the stuff you need, the Ho-Ohs, the energy. Items, obviously, for Energy Switch, whole point of the deck is to get Ho-Oh in the discard, so you could rebirth all the energy back and then Energy Switch it across your board. 4 Catcher, not much to say about that card.
If you need an explanation, you need to stop playing this game.
Broken. 4 Switch, I was thinking of taking it down to 3 and then adding another Scoop Up. But I like 4 because they can Catcher, say Ho-Oh with no energy because you just switched it all, or Terrakion that they're trying to stall, so I like 4. Best item in this deck, or one of them I should say, is definitely Ultra Ball. Like I said before, whole point of this deck is getting everything in the discard. So, I mean, that's what Ultra Ball is here for, so 4 of those. 3 super scoop up. Pick up your Ho-Ohs. Pick up anything with a lot of damage. I mean, this card is just great in this type of deck. Something that I don't see used much in these decks, but is definitely a game changer, is plus power. Reason being, say in your Mewtwo war, and you both have DCE attached to your Mewtwo's, but no one wants to attach that last energy to be threatened by them bringing up another Mewtwo and knocking you out with only 2. Plus power's here for that reason. So yeah, only 2. You don't need 3. It's just a tech. So 1 tool scrapper. Only 1. I like 2, but I feel like 1 is like all you really need. Most decks you don't see running more than 3 Eviolite or Giant Cape or whatever tool. Eviolite being the biggest one, so you only really need the 1. Unless it's Garbodor, but this deck is pretty good against Garbodor. And then 1 computer search. I was gonna run 2, but I just couldn't get the second one. I'm joking. Energy, just 4 random energy. I mean, just you need them for the Ho-Ohs. 3 fighting for the Terrakions and for Rebirth. 3 psychic for Sigilif if you need to rebirth, and maybe you even want to side drive with Mewtwo. So, and then obviously the last is 4 DCE. Attach it to like anything in this deck: Tornadus, Mewtwo, Sigilif. Just a great card. So that is my Ho-Oh list. And I guess I'll just
Baneslayer.
go back to it.
Baneslayer. A couple quick questions. What made you decide to play this deck right now?
I've seen it a lot. I was playing Ray Eels originally. I got tired of Ray Eels, really. Like, I like it still, but I got tired of it, so I said I want a fun deck to play. So I built Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh was just gonna be my fun deck. I was gonna take it to League and just have fun with it. But eventually it became one of my more competitive decks. And it's been improving. It's a really good deck.
What matchups do you think are the hardest for this deck?
This deck, with all the variety, there's not any matchup that's too hard. You got Mewtwo and Sigilif for Keldeo. Darkrai, you got Terrakion. Just a variety of attackers. Like, Shaman's a big card. You got even Ho-Oh for that. Tornadus EX to counter the Landorus and Terrakion. So there's not too much that this deck has trouble with.
Any matchups you feel are really good in your favor?
The thing about this deck is, since it has like no real bad matchup, it doesn't have that good of a matchup either. It's just one of those decks that really do good. It can do good against anything and do bad against anything.
Two chains.
Alrighty then, that's been a deck profile of Ho-Oh deck. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on to the good jazz. It's Kyle Ken. I'll catch you next time.